Hey guys, coming to you from my hometown skate park, fresh after a snowstorm. Pretty sick skate park. But I wanted to make a video because today's the first day in many years that I'm not gonna hit upload in 7 days on my main channel. And it's a funny feeling, you know, it becomes part of your routine. You get used to getting something done. And today I have nothing done except this video, so I guess it's ironic I'm still making something. But I want to keep this channel going this year as a place to talk about everything, including the big project, which I announced I'm doing a monthly feature, a feature film every month all year, 12 features in 12 months, all the way from shooting to editing to releasing. And I'm already deep into the first one, so I guess it doesn't feel that weird because I have been working. I've been filming every single day, and today's gonna be my 7th day straight of filming for the movie. And yeah, I'm having fun. It feels fun to build a project, you know, rather than like have something out every week where you have to really just make something condensed and simple. It's fun to have a project kind of get out of hand and follow all these paths and connect the dots. So that's been fun. I just want to say huge thanks to everyone who supported on the Patreon. It did way better than I even thought it could. And that just gives me so much excitement for the project. It gives me a strong backbone in order to make these crazy. And not crazy, you know, my movies are still gonna be fucking the cheapest movies ever made in the grand scheme of things, but ultimately it just gives me the freedom to be a little more ambitious and have a little more fun with it. So thanks for all the support on there. On Patreon, I'm gonna do a number of things. I'm gonna keep doing my monthly ramble, which I'll probably talk a little more in depth about the projects because I don't want to like spoil them publicly. So I think I'm going to talk a little more spoiler talk, but not too much there. I don't want to spoil it for the people who support me either. And then I'm also going to be doing a commentary track. So when each movie comes out on my channel, pretty soon after, I'd like to get a commentary track made on Patreon where me and maybe some of the people I worked with on the movie sit down and talk over it. And if that's something you're interested in, that'll be on there for anyone who supports. But regardless, I just want to say I'm excited, and the support for the announcement is so exciting. It's cool to see that people like the idea because it's not really going to be something that you see much of on YouTube. I've seen people say long form does really well, and I agree, but long form that you don't need to watch. That's where I think these features are going to be a little wishy-washy. I'm not sure how they're gonna do. I think the people who watch them will love them, and that's all I really care about. But yeah, long form seems to be rewarded when it's something you could turn on while doing the dishes. Like I listen to video essays and commentary and stuff like that all the time, but I'm not actively watching it, whereas a feature kind of demands your attention and it demands the commitment. So I think that's gonna be kind of hard. But I got the built-in audience, so I'm excited for that. The handful of people I've seen doubting me, like this guy's in over his head, either they're just totally unaware of my work. I've made 12 features and the scope and scale of them is like something I'm totally familiar with. They're a shit ton of work, but I do them in a way that's not annoying like the industry where you're writing and rewriting and pitching and producing. I just dive right in. Day one of my features is shooting. And that's the beauty of improv. I'm not overthinking. I'm not giving myself the time to have writer's block. I'm like, okay, I filmed a random scene today, but that's gonna be in the movie, so how do we connect it? Where does it go? What happens before, what happens after? And the writing happens as you film. You know, sometimes literally in the scene, you'll say something that then spurs on another scene or this or that. And that's a really fun part of improv filmmaking. And yeah, so I look forward to sharing you the joy of that. I want all these projects to be very different. I don't want to get into details on the first one. I want it to be a bit of a surprise, but they're all going to have that Joel Haver improv filmmaking, but I want them to span the gamut from something more comedic to something very dramatic to something experimental. I want to have wiggle room to just do whatever the heck I want, so I'm gonna Gonna look forward to where that's going. And I start planting the seeds for the second feature, which I need to kind of stay on top of, because as soon as I finish editing one, I'm gonna have to already be filming or diving into filming the next. So I'm keeping my sights on that. But I encourage everyone to make movies. I've said this many times, but movies are awesome and they're so accessible now. I think if you want to see how accessible they are, a good example of mine would be forget about everything for a while. Me and my friend Mason made it at the very start of quarantine, probably the first quarantine movie ever. We got it out in April 2020, and it's just me and him and his family's old place, and just filming for 6 days and finding a story between two people and a camera. You know, it wasn't more complicated than that. And then an even more extreme example would be the one Trent and I did last year, Things Could Always Be Worse. That was shot in 3 hours, shot and improvised in 3 hours, edited in maybe 5 days, and just thrown up on the channel. And people really connected with that one. So you can make something that people connect with in not a lot of time and not a lot of belabored work and no money at all. So keep that in mind, and I love to see people making movies. It seems people do it more and more every day. So yeah, I love YouTube. It's a great place to make stuff freely. I love movies. They're fun to make. And I love you guys and anyone who supported me. Follow up, huge thank you. I hope you're having a nice start to the year, and look forward to the first movie coming out by the end of this month, by the end of January. Bye bye.